Daylight reveals the damage of powerful overnight storms in central Ohio.
Devastation. I mean, just completely shocked.
A twister rips apart buildings.
A roaring, a deafening roar.
And peels back roofs with ease.
Roads washed out and hidden in flood waters.
10 TV was there for you overnight.
This is going to move right over the city, and it's moving fast.
And this morning.
A lot of rain, a lot of storms, and a lot of different watches and warnings out there.
Tonight, the cool down and blustery conditions, and when we could see more severe weather.
From Central Ohio's news leader, this is 10 TV News at 5.
A wild night in central Ohio. The strong storms probably woke you up.
The storms likely sparked fires, caused flooding, and high winds ripped apart buildings. Right now, the issue is flooding, winds, and a coming cool down.
We have been here with you, keeping you informed and safe as the weather changes. We have team coverage on the ground and Chopper 10 to show you the impact the storms have had on central Ohio families like yours.
But let's start in the Weather Center, where Chris Bradley has spent most of his time in the last 36 hours.
That's for sure. I tell you what, blustery winds, the big story as we head through the evening hours and tonight. We have a wind advisory out across the area. And as we show you outside right now, we've had wind gusts as high as 47 miles per hour. You can see just the flag there. This is a live picture of downtown Columbus, just blowing in the wind. So this alert, this weather alert goes until 1 a.m. for basically the entire state of Ohio, where again we expect winds that could be as high as 40 to 50 miles per hour. Now I think things will improve as we head through the night, and by tomorrow morning a lot calmer. Here you can see at 11, still looking at gusts around 27 miles an hour here, 32 in London, 34 in Washington Courthouse, then dying down again by early tomorrow morning. Just getting some new information in on the severity of the storms last night. The Weather Service confirming 2 tornadoes touching down in Claremont and Hamilton counties. That tornado in Claremont County was in Amelia. We had an EF0 in Anderson Township. And they're still investigating 2 additional tornadoes. They hit in Highland County, and those were the ones we were live on the air covering last night.
Sure.
They'll be out investigating those tomorrow.
All right.
Lots of storminess over Ohio last night.
And still windy tonight. A lot of people probably hearing, you know, their shutters shattering, moving just a little bit, with shaking with the wind.
Thanks a lot.
Yep.
Well, the National Weather Service is still working to figure out if a tornado caused a lot of damage overnight near Leesburg in Highland County. 10 TV's Laura Borges joins us live from Southwest Ohio now. Laura, what's it like where you are?
Jerry, you can get a look at some of the damage right here just outside of Leesburg behind me. And I wanted to give you a look at some of the neighbors who are working together right now to clean up. It was just before 3 this morning when they got hit hard. And now the National Weather Service is investigating whether it was a tornado that ripped through the area. If Michael Day weren't securing a tarp on his blown-off roof,
I would be teaching science at Fairfield Local.
The Highland County teacher heard his phone going off after 2 Wednesday morning.
Almost instantly, I could hear trees in the woods breaking, just snapping off. The next thing I know, the whole house was just flexing back and forth on it, and windows starting to break, and the roof come off, and a lot of damage.
He took cover under his bed. He was scared.
You'd be a liar if you said you weren't.
We now know it was a tornado that ripped off his roof and speared a twig right through his front door. A mile up the road, his neighbors deal with damage too. They say tornadoes pick and choose, and you can see that right here in the loft of this barn. These big concrete bricks were picked up and thrown about a football field's length, and the wood that you see here acted as part of the roof. It was peeled right off. But if you look just a little further over, the barn next door that just had thin metal as its roof remains intact.
It's a resilient county.
The county EMA director says one resident was in an outhouse through the worst of it all.
When she opened the door, it blew her back in, and she just hugged the floor, and it said it lasted about 2 minutes, and it was gone.
Now, as Michael Day looks over, 2x4 speared about a foot into the ground and trees cracked in half. He tells us his class may miss their exam this week, instead finding their lesson on tornadoes bumped up.
That section's coming right up. I think we'll accelerate it a little bit.
And live right now, you should be looking at just a grassy lawn. All of the debris was pulled down from the barn up above. And in addition to this damage, parts of Highland County took in as much as 5 inches of rain within just 24 hours. That's creating problems too. So stay with us. At 6 o'clock, we're going to introduce you to some more residents around here who have an uphill battle. Live in Highland County, I'm Laura Borchers, 10 TV News.
Thank you, Laura. And you're talking about all the problems from that rain. While the storm flooded roads and forced schools to close in some communities, look at all that water. That was the case 50 miles southeast of Columbus in Laurelville. The flooding waterlogged basements. 10 TV's Valencia Wicker was there as homeowners dealt with the damage.
Strong winds and heavy rain made for a noisy morning here in Laurelville. As you can see, quite a bit of standing water, but it's debris like this that's made for a massive cleanup. The raging storm left behind a trail.
As you can see, it ripped that roof off right over top of the sprayers.
Heavy chunks of metal thrown around like toys.
And it blew clear up against that building and then took it clear on out.
Workers at the Laurelville Grain and Mill spent Wednesday cleaning up what they could. But here,
it's a new experience for sure.
The cleanup has been stalled.
There's a church softball league field that goes over there, and I mean, you can't even see the field itself right now. It's totally covered.
Tire deep water shut down this street running parallel to Laurelville Church of God. Neighbors first have to dodge the floodwaters before tackling what's underneath.
It's a pain to clean up.
As you can see, the water is already starting to recede. Tomorrow, most folks will spend time assessing the damage to their homes and businesses. In Laurelville, Valencia Wicker, 10 TV News.
Now to a view only Chopper 10 can provide.
10 TV's Brittany Begley flew south and then found some widespread storm damage and flooding. Watch.
Traffic teams looking out for you. We want to continue to show you storm damage from Chopper 10. We showed you this trailer destroyed. You can see a car inside the trailer. This is Denver Road in Waverly. Now I want to take you to Bainbridge, where we have flooding in an apartment complex. You can see on your screen a red car almost covered in water, and this is on Potts Hill Road. This is an area of concern. As I take you to Leesburg, you can also see on Bridge Street a barn that's been destroyed, a lot of hay all over the area and debris. As I take you to Asheville, you can also see flooding. We've been talking about this area since 4:25 this morning. State Route 752 is still shut down near US 23 in Asheville because of the flooding underneath the railroad track. So it's an area of concern. Reporting from Chopper 10, Brittany Begley, 10 TV News.
Thanks a lot, Brittany. So let's go east of Pickaway County now, where whipping winds, heavy downpours, and lightning caused a ruckus.
Our coverage starts in the town of Logan in Hocking County. Firefighters think a lightning bolt sparked a fire at a business along Zanesville Avenue. Flames could be seen pouring from the building this morning. We are happy to report, though, that no one was hurt.
I want to take you now to another part of Hocking County that also saw severe storms. Valencia Wicker stopped in Laurelville. High winds ripped the roof right off of this building not far from Hocking Hills, and the ground couldn't keep up with that heavy rain.
And folks in the small village of Redtown north of Athens woke up to flooding right in their front yards. Earl Osborne took this picture from his front door. That's not a very good thing to see from your front door. Water flooded his yard and the neighbors. Hope everybody's okay over there. We alerted you through the night on your phone about the tornado watches and warnings.
And you thanked us for that. We got some calls here off of the Facebook Live about it, so thank you. Chris and Mike Davis and Jeff Booth were on Facebook Live all night. Get our weather alerts by downloading the free 10 TV app onto your smartphone or tablet. We'll also alert you to school delays and closings like we did this morning.